For over a decade, the beloved cop show Blue Bloods has drawn viewers in with its compelling depiction of the Reagan family's unwavering commitment to law enforcement in New York City. Yet, behind the scenes, there have been numerous events and details that most fans remain unaware of. While the series is centered around the NYPD and set in New York City, did you know it was nearly filmed in Toronto? Have you ever wondered about the controversy surrounding Jennifer Esposito's departure from the show? Get ready to discover 12 of the most astonishing behind-the-scenes facts about Blue Bloods. To start, here's an interesting revelation. Donnie Reagan's sons are portrayed by real-life brothers. That's right, the actors playing his sons share a true family bond off-screen. Andrew and Tony Teresiano, who play Sean Reagan and Jack Reagan on Blue Bloods, are more than just on-screen siblings. They are real-life brothers. This genuine connection brings an extra layer of authenticity to their performances, as their natural rapport and understanding shine through in their scenes. Interestingly, the age gap between their characters mirrors their actual age difference, further enhancing the realism of their portrayal. Before joining the cast of Blue Bloods at the ages of 8 and 6, Tony and Andrew had already made a name for themselves as child actors. Tony, for instance, had taken on several small roles, including voice work. Notably, he voiced the character Wilson in the animated series Chuggington, which aired from 2008 to 2011. This experience helped him hone his craft and prepared him for his on-screen roles. Inspired by his older brother, Andrew made his acting debut with his first major role as Jack Reagan on Blue Bloods. The brothers grew up on the set of Blue Bloods, developing alongside their characters while being watched by millions of viewers. This unique experience allowed them to portray a brotherly bond that feels genuine and heartfelt, enriching the emotional depth of the show. Fans often admire how seamlessly their on-screen relationship reflects their real-life sibling dynamic. From tackling school-related struggles to sharing heartfelt moments at family dinners, Andrew and Tony consistently contribute to the show's realistic depiction of a relatable family. As they have grown older, the Teresiano brothers have expressed interest in exploring various paths, both within and beyond the entertainment industry. Their journey on Blue Bloods has not only been a testament to their talent, but also a celebration of the authenticity they bring to the Reagan family storylines. Tony has been focusing on his studies, suggesting he may have aspirations beyond acting, while Andrew remains committed to his role on Blue Bloods and might explore further acting opportunities in the future. Another intriguing behind-the-scenes fact is that the show nearly moved its production to Toronto. Despite New York City being central to the show's identity, financial constraints almost led the team to relocate. Filming in New York is notoriously expensive, with high costs associated with permits, locations, and labor. As a result, many productions opt for more affordable alternatives, and Toronto, with its diverse cityscape and tax incentives, has become a popular stand-in for New York in film and television. During the early seasons of Blue Bloods, the production team faced significant budget challenges, sparking serious discussions about shifting filming to Toronto. However, such a move would have risked the show's authenticity, as the atmosphere and character of New York City are integral to its storytelling. Fans might be surprised to learn just how close the series came to losing its iconic New York setting. Ultimately, the decision to remain in New York was shaped by several factors. The city's distinct energy, recognizable landmarks, and cultural relevance were irreplaceable elements of the show. Additionally, support from city officials and the availability of film tax credits helped offset some of the financial burdens. By choosing to continue filming in New York, Blue Bloods preserved its authentic backdrop and maintained the genuine New York experience that resonates with its audience. This decision reaffirmed the show's commitment to authentically representing New York City, which has been a key factor in its continued success. Another notable moment in the series' history was the controversial firing of a cast member. Amy Carlson, who played Linda Reagan, was unexpectedly written out of Blue Bloods after the 7th season. The announcement of her character's death, revealed in the Season 8 premiere, shocked viewers and introduced an unexpected twist to the storyline. Linda Reagan had become a beloved character, and her absence left a noticeable void in the show. One of the most debated aspects of Carlson's departure was the lack of an on-screen farewell. Rather than a proper send-off, Linda Reagan's death was mentioned briefly and off-screen, attributed to a tragic helicopter crash that occurred between seasons. This abrupt handling of her exit was criticized by fans and some cast members, who felt that her departure deserved a more respectful and meaningful conclusion. Amy Carlson herself was taken aback by the decision. In interviews, she expressed disappointment over how her character's storyline ended. She had hoped for a more significant narrative to honor Linda Reagan's impact on the series. Her candid remarks brought further attention to the controversy, underscoring what some viewed as a lack of communication and respect from the production team. The fallout from Carlson's dismissal was felt beyond the audience. Donnie Wahlberg, who plays Danny Reagan, also expressed his sadness and surprise at her departure. Their on-screen chemistry had been a cornerstone of the show, making her absence deeply impactful for both the cast and the series as a whole. Fans were quick to voice their disappointment over Linda Reagan's sudden departure, flooding social media with demands for answers and expressions of discontent. Many believed her character was integral to the show's family dynamic and felt her abrupt exit disrupted the series' emotional balance. In response to the outcry, the producers of Blue Bloods acknowledged the feedback but defended their decision. They emphasized the importance of advancing storylines and character development, explaining that Linda Reagan's death served as a catalyst for new plotlines, particularly for Danny Reagan's character. Another fascinating detail about Blue Bloods is that Danny Reagan is portrayed by Donnie Wahlberg, a former member of the iconic boy band New Kids on the Block. Formed in the 1980s, the group quickly rose to fame, becoming one of the most celebrated boy bands of all time. Donnie Wahlberg was one of the original members, alongside Jordan Knight, Jonathan Knight, Joey McIntyre, and Danny Wood. After the group disbanded in 1994, Wahlberg transitioned to acting, proving his versatility and talent in both film and television. In 2010, Wahlberg took on the role of Danny Reagan in Blue Bloods. His portrayal of the determined and dedicated NYPD officer has been a central element of the show's success. Danny Reagan is admired for his unwavering commitment to his job and his deep loyalty to his family, making him one of the series' most compelling characters. Another intriguing fact is that Tom Selleck, who plays Frank Reagan on Blue Bloods, was originally known for his role as Thomas Magnum in the classic series Magnum, P.I. An intriguing detail about Blue Bloods is that Tom Selleck, who plays Frank Reagan, originally gained fame as Thomas Magnum in the classic television series Magnum P.I. Selleck's portrayal of Thomas Magnum is considered one of the most iconic roles in TV history. The series, which aired from 1980 to 1988, showcased Selleck as a charismatic and easygoing private investigator living in Hawaii. His blend of strength, humor, and charm endeared him to audiences and catapulted him to stardom. During its run, Magnum P.I. enjoyed immense popularity, drawing impressive ratings and a loyal fan base. Selleck's performance was pivotal to the show's success, earning him an Emmy Award for Best Lead Actor in a Drama Series in 1984. The role of Thomas Magnum became the defining moment of Selleck's career, making him synonymous with the character's signature look, including his iconic mustache, Hawaiian shirts, and Ferrari. This portrayal not only solidified Selleck's status as a television icon, but also opened doors to numerous opportunities in both film and TV. Following the end of Magnum P.I., Selleck continued to expand his career with appearances in movies and guest roles on television. However, his portrayal of Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods, starting in 2010, marked a significant return to the small screen. As the NYPD police commissioner and the head of the Reagan family, Selleck once again won over audiences with his commanding yet compassionate performance. Interestingly, Selleck's mustache, now one of Hollywood's most recognizable features, played a crucial role in shaping his tough yet approachable image during his Magnum P.I. days. It has since become a defining element of his persona, adding to his enduring appeal across decades. The mustache has become more than just a defining feature of Selleck's characters. It has also become an integral part of his personal identity. Even as he transitioned to playing Frank Reagan on Blue Bloods, the mustache remained a signature trait. During the first season of the show, producers suggested that Selleck shave it off, believing it might make him appear younger. However, Selleck strongly opposed the idea. He understood the mustache's significance to his public image and the connection it fostered with his fans. To him, it was a key element of his character's charm and relatability, and he was unwilling to part with it. Fortunately, CBS executives shared Selleck's perspective. They agreed that the mustache suited him perfectly and allowed him to keep it. In hindsight, this decision proved to be the right one, as it's hard to imagine Commissioner Reagan being as authoritative and imposing without it. Another fascinating aspect of Blue Bloods is the iconic house used as Commissioner Reagan's residence. The show is celebrated for its dedication to authenticity, particularly in its portrayal of the Reagan family's deep ties to New York City. Frank Reagan, played by Tom Selleck, lives in an impressive home that symbolizes his stature as a respected leader within the NYPD. The house serves as the backdrop for family dinners, heartfelt discussions, and moments that explore the relationships and values of the Reagan family. The house featured as Commissioner Reagan's residence is a notable filming location in New York City. Located at 8070 Harborview Terrace in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, it is owned by Maronites, a community of Middle Eastern Catholics. While the house is not open to the public, it remains a popular spot for fans and passers-by who can admire it from the outside. Its presence on the show has become an essential part of the Blue Bloods aesthetic, adding to the series' authentic depiction of New York life. For fans of Blue Bloods, seeing Commissioner Reagan's home and other real-life locations featured in the show fosters a sense of familiarity and connection. These tangible settings allow viewers to envision the characters' lives within the vibrant backdrop of New York City, enhancing the storytelling and creating a more immersive experience. Another fascinating detail about the show is the involvement of a former NYPD detective in the production process. James Nuciforo, a retired law enforcement officer, serves as a script consultant for Blue Bloods. His primary role is to review the scripts before filming, ensuring that the fictional storylines reflect real-life police experiences. In an interview with Country Living magazine, Nuciforo explained, "Let's say they get a 56-page script. I'll give them anywhere between 5 to 10 pages of notes, just plugging in dialogue with more jargon." His contributions add authenticity to the series, making it relatable to police officers and viewers alike. This commitment to accuracy goes beyond technical details. By capturing the intricacies of police work, including the relationships among officers and the ethical dilemmas they face, the show provides a nuanced portrayal of life in law enforcement. This attention to realism has earned Blue Bloods a loyal following among those who appreciate its depth and authenticity. Another intriguing fact about the show is the surprising age difference between two of its key actors. Len Cariou, who portrays Henry Reagan, is only 6 years older than Tom Selleck, who plays his on-screen son, Frank Reagan. Despite the small age gap, Cariou convincingly embodies the role of Henry, a retired NYPD police commissioner and the wise patriarch of the Reagan family. His character serves as a symbol of the family's enduring values and traditions, often sharing advice and wisdom with his children and grandchildren. Despite the small age difference, Len Cariou and Tom Selleck convincingly portray a father-son relationship on screen. Their dynamic is marked by mutual respect, genuine affection, and occasional disagreements, capturing the complexity of a family deeply rooted in law enforcement. To enhance the believability of their bond, the show relies on the expertise of its costume and makeup teams. Len Cariou is styled to appear older, using makeup techniques that emphasize age-related features. His wardrobe, featuring traditional and conservative clothing, further reinforces his character's senior status. Meanwhile, Tom Selleck's appearance is designed to reflect his active role as police commissioner, bridging the age gap between the actors. This thoughtful approach ensures that viewers focus on the characters' relationships and interactions rather than the actors' actual ages, allowing the storytelling and performances to take center stage. Another intriguing fact about Blue Bloods is that Bridget Moynahan, who plays Assistant District Attorney Aaron Reagan, had a memorable role in the action thriller film John Wick. In Blue Bloods, Aaron is a vital member of the Reagan family, admired for her dedication to justice, her work ethic, and her nuanced relationships with her relatives. However, in the 2014 film John Wick, Moynahan portrayed Helen Wick, the late wife of the titular character. Though her role was brief, it served as the emotional foundation for the movie's plot. Helen's death and her final gift to her husband, a puppy, set off a chain of events that drive the entire narrative of the film. Moynahan's portrayal added depth to the story, demonstrating her ability to leave a lasting impact even in a short role. Helen Wick is introduced through touching flashbacks and heartfelt video messages that give viewers a glimpse into John Wick's happier days. Although her screen time is brief, Bridget Moynahan's portrayal of Helen adds a deeply emotional and personal element to the story. The love shared between Helen and John, as well as her sudden death, are pivotal in understanding John's profound sense of loss and the motivation that draws him back into the perilous world he had left behind. Another notable aspect of Blue Bloods is the iconic family dinner scenes, a staple of nearly every episode. These scenes are essential to maintaining the show's focus on family values, which form the heart of its narrative. However, filming these dinners is no small feat. The process can take up to 5 hours, as capturing close-ups and coverage of up to 9 characters requires meticulous effort. Additionally, the table and food must be reset after each take to ensure continuity. The long shoots often test the patience of the cast, leading them to find their own ways to cope. Bridget Moynahan keeps her spirits up by laughing, while Donnie Wahlberg takes naps on a couch in the nearby living room set. Tom Selleck, on the other hand, uses a clever trick to avoid overeating during the extended filming sessions. When the camera focuses on him, he often picks up a knife and busies himself by buttering his bread, ensuring both continuity and a manageable appetite. In another behind-the-scenes moment, Blue Bloods once sparked controversy with an episode that drew criticism from the Catholic League. Despite this, the organization has generally praised the show for its fair portrayal of Catholicism, largely due to Frank Reagan's depiction as a devout churchgoer. His strong moral compass and faith have become defining traits of his character, earning the series respect for its thoughtful representation of religious themes. In 2014, the dynamic between Blue Bloods and the Catholic League shifted dramatically when Bill Donahue, the organization's president, reported receiving numerous complaints about a particular episode. In the episode, Frank Reagan remarked that the Catholic Church might be a little behind the times in its stance on homosexuality. This statement drew strong reactions from the Catholic League, an influential organization committed to defending Catholic rights and advocating for fair portrayals of the faith in the media. Many members, along with other viewers who shared similar beliefs, argued that the comments misrepresented the church and undermined its teachings on faith and morality. The episode also tackled sensitive themes, including a cardinal grappling with his sexual identity and a lesbian nun who was openly out. These storylines further fueled the controversy, with Donahue accusing CBS of alienating its core audience. He even suggested that such content was a misstep on the network's part, calling it an attack on Catholics and likening it to committing suicide by turning away from its viewers.